I'm inspired to make this video given a tweet by my good friend Amy Starheel. Go check her out, where she was like, stop saying Jupiter's your husband. Who the fuck is saying that? And I was like, yeah, this is something I often talk with clients who I'm like, one planet does not represent your husband necessarily. I cannot tell everyone all over the world Jupiter represents your husband. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, it does everyone, like, what does that even mean? So I do want to talk today about why that's not the case, and also what can indicate your partner in the chart and how to find that. I'm going to be referring to another, please balance camera. I'm going to be referring to another video that I have done before on how to know where your partner is from, where you're going to meet them, what the life circumstances are going to be, but also just generally in the chart. This just came to me literally 10 seconds ago. I was like, I should film the video. Let's do this. So one planet in a chart, I cannot tell fucking everyone, oh, this one planet represents this one person in your life. Like, you can say the moon represents the feminine parent and the sun represents the masculine planet, but looking at someone's chart and looking at the fourth house ruler is also going to play into family. So each just, Jupiter does not represent your husband. Jupiter probably doesn't represent, unless, this is the unless it rules your seventh house, it could represent your husband. So if you're new here, please watch my video on, I'll link it down below, but how to know who you will fall in love with and where you will meet your partner in astrology, because there is a clear path to understanding the story of your chart, and it depends on the rulers of the houses. If you're new here, we have an entire natal chart with each sign corresponding to an entire whole sign house. There are both planets in a house and the planet ruling that house. If you do not understand the rulers of the houses, please watch that video down below. It will explain how to connect the planet ruling a house with where it is placed. There is a difference between a planet in a house and a planet ruling a house. So for example, with my chart, I have the moon in my Libra 10th house. The moon rules my Cancer 7th house, and it is in my 10th house. The ruler of my 10th house is Venus. So the ruler of a whole sign house is not usually in the house. It has to be in its own sign to be in the house. So I would not say that the moon rules my 10th house. I would say the moon rules my 7th house, because the moon rules Cancer and is located in my 10th house. So planets in a house describe detail about that area of life. The planetary position of the ruler of that house describes the overall outcome and quality, like, that ends up happening in that area of life. So you can say the moon in my 10th house, something related to my body, my presence, who I am internally is important to my career. Then the fact that the moon is in a pretty nice position is like the 7th house, which is what it rules, is doing fairly well. So my relationships in life, even though I don't have anything romantic, my relationships in life tend to be fire. Like, literally, it's impossible for a toxic person to continue on a relationship with me. I don't interact with that. Literally, you just won't be contacted again. So, long story short, unless you have a Pisces or Sagittarius 7th house, Jupiter is not going to have rulership of the marriage part of your chart. If you are a Virgo rising with the Pisces 7th house, or you are a Gemini rising with the Sagittarius 7th house, Jupiter will rule the area of life of close committed relationships for you. However, I would need to see your chart and see like Jupiter's configuration with other things to be like, oh yeah, Jupiter makes sense for the husband. For everyone else, look at the planet that rules the sign of your 7th house. I'm not going to list all through them because I think that you should be able to find this yourself, so that you know how to use the rulers of the houses. But for example, in my chart, I'm a Capricorn rising. What is my 7th house? 7th house is Cancer. What rules Cancer? The moon. Where's the moon in my chart? The 10th house. So the moon will represent close committed partners of mine. The fact that it's in my 10th house of career does indicate that they're showing up in career for me. So often all my close relationships, friends, mentors, people that I mentor, it's all through like career and through business. I don't meet anyone just through like, I don't know, if all my friends work together. So for me, there's no line between business and personal, because we're all so professional, and I'm such a hard ass that like, I don't have any crazy, like, no one is out here doing shit that's like, oh, what stays, what happens there stay. No, what happens, whatever, is everywhere, because we live a very, I live a very odd ADHD life, like just with productivity and shit. So because of that, my husband, partner, whatever you want to say, my close partnerships are indicated by the moon in my chart. Because one planet is ruling all of partnership, it's not as if this is only husband. It's all close partnerships. So it is not like TLDR. There is not one planet that's going to be as easy as that is husband, there is going to be one planet that rules relationships for you. I would also look to the 5th house ruler for the boyfriend, or what planet rules dating for you. So my 5th house ruler is Venus. Venus in your chart will not always rule relationships or love. It depends on if Venus rules your 5th house of dating or your 7th house of committed relationships. Planets have qualities imbued in them, but first and foremost, they represent the houses that they rule based on the sign of that whole sign house. Again, if you're very new here, please watch the video down below about like how to know how to meet your partner, because that'll describe rulers of the houses. But Jupiter does not rule your husband unless you are a Pisces or Sagittarius 7th house, and it does rule long-term relationships, but even that does not always mean husband, because it could be that you have it in a really poor condition, and instead of referring to husband, it refers to the fact that you don't ever have a husband and you have poor relationships in your life. Because I know I have a really great 7th house, however my 5th house is like really fucked up, and I likely won't really have any close romantic relationships in my life, but I will have really positive relationships long-term with other serious things, with the moon very well placed in my 10th house. So I hope that this clarifies that, like, yeah, the Jupiter's not your husband in your chart. What is whatever planet rules the 7th house, and also that's probably not just your husband, but that's all close relationships. And if it's in a poor condition, it could show the fact that you don't have a husband. So that's that. I need to go head out. I have a very important event and endeavor if you want to see my fit, because it's just an important day overall. So I am like dressed in a way that I feel like is fulfilling for the several things I have to do today. So I've worn this outfit before, but never with this necklace, because I didn't bring my Virgo necklace. So this necklace is from Parts of 4. It's my favorite necklace ever because it's just this chain and it's really cool. I'm in fishnets, and I'm in these shoes, which are platforms from Doll's Kill. This and this are from Rumored. This is from Parts of 4. And I'm going to be in my Chanel bag, but I wear that every fucking day because it's the only bag I own, so I'm not going to bother showing that. Anyway, I hope that this helps clarify what is your husband, wife in your chart. I need to reapply my lipstick. Anyway, see you in the next one.